Welcome back to Tran wins Baldur's Gate 3. In the last episode, we accepted a mission to hunt down this monstrosity that killed one of the churchgoers. How vile.
This place is so peaceful. Maybe I should convert.
I've done my share of praying to her, though not for the cause of peace. My faith was suddenly found on choppy seas.
I don't know what that means.
To that effect, we're going to interview the people on the docks. These guys are just arguing over prices.
Too right. I'll go 600.
Honey, you go with the girls. I'll find another way.
This catch is spoiled. You'll have to wait for the next boat.
Something's wrong with the fish here. We'll find out a little more in a second.
Possibly, but I wager there's something deeper at work here.
And let's go digging.
Just these three then.
Something's going on.
I guess my companions had this conversation while we were chatting with this guy here. There are no guards. They were nowhere to be found during this whole fiasco. These people are talking about passage on a barge. The dad does not have enough money to pay for all the family.
Petty. You want 4 berths on the sloop? You pay for all 4 berths.
Do these fish smell? We only have enough for 3. We sold everything.
Slipping through the absolute blockade is risky business. Everybody pays.
Very funny.
Captain, we have 2 children. You can't make us split up the family.
The crew and I are risking our lives. We're not doing this for charity.
Honey, you go with the girls. I'll find another way towards the deep.
What? No. We can't go without you.
Sold. A pleasure doing business.
It's the only solution. Trust me. I'll catch up to you.
You'd better. You'd better catch up to us.
All right, Captain.
Grimy as anything recently.
Just these
Haven't
3
had a
then.
clean catch in a 10-day or more.
Her argument was pretty stupid. There's 2 children. That has nothing to do with this. That's why it costs that much.
This is life and death for me too, mate. You only get as many berths on my sloop as you can pay for. If I allow any freeloaders, my own crew will scrag me.
Excuse the interruption, Captain, but will this cover the father's berth?
Pleasure doing business with you, sir. Frankly, I did hate to see the family split up like that.
Something's going on down there.
I don't know who you are, but all I can say is thank you. If you ever have children, you'll understand what you've done for us.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. I just couldn't bear to leave our girl's father behind.
Girls, why not say husband? They even share the same last name, Rislin. Just say husband. I mean, okay, whatever.
Of course they do.
If you cast the spell to remove the oil, these guys actually get up and just leave.
There's something off for that.
Can't talk. Bloody oil's gummed up my nets.
And this is why the fish are bad.
Hells, it's everywhere still. I don't suppose you've got any experience getting oil out of sealed wood.
Have you tried vinegar?
I don't really have any to spare. Maybe if I tried pissing on it. Now, did you want something, or do you just have an interest in fishing vessels?
I'm looking into the death of a wave servant. Do you know anything about it?
Oh, sure. In fact, we fished her out of the water. Me and Flea here were out on the water casting our nets, expecting to find the usual crop of halibut. Then, all of a sudden, my net starts dragging, and there's a bloody wave servant all twisted up in it. We took her back to the docks to try and help her, but she was already dead.
What happened to her body?
The other wave servants came to get it. Her. Sorry. They took her back to the temple. You can hear the bloody caterwauling from here.
Did you see anything else unusual?
We both saw some sort of wake moving towards the docks when we picked her up. But there weren't any other boats around. Maybe it was something big moving underwater. I don't know. It was weird, whatever it was. Kinda looked like it might have been heading towards that building across the channel, actually.
How convenient. Why are there so many dead fish floating in the harbor?
Buggered if I know. Might be something to do with all that oil in the water. It's too bad we can't sell them. Bloody waste, if you ask me.
Is your boat alright?
The boat's fine, but the nets are in tatters. Need to deal with all this oil before we can fix them, though.
When we approached the temple, we took the high streets to get here. Now we're going to take the lower road. What's this? Steel watch in sight of this conflict, and they did nothing.
This dock is closed until further notice by order of Lord Gortash.
Ah, it makes sense now.
Entrance prohibited. You will not be warned again.
Apparently she didn't care, or Steel Watcher didn't care about that one.
Your violence hasn't gone unnoticed. It's about to be returned in kind.
I guess I just passed the stealth. I passed the stealth check right there. I wasn't... Okay, I mean, sure. Still funny. There we go. Much better. So why did I want on board? Head over here and fail your investigation check, then click on the trunk. First time you click it, it'll be swapped with an illusion. Then you click on it a second time, you loot the items of that. To Director Gortash, or whichever flunky it may concern at the foundry. This cargo shipment includes a nursery pool of tadpoles to be delivered to the foundry in Baldur's Gate for our friend Gortash's industrial purposes. The most recent words seem less vital than former batches, but hopefully enough will survive the passage downriver to fill immediate needs. General Patrick Boone. And we get 6 whole parasites. Absolutely worth it.
Some of these crates are heavier than I feel good about lifting.
Thank you for allowing me to the secured area, Gortash. This next section here is another battle. Well, only if you choose to do so, and we might as well. They're only level 5 after all.
Whoa, whoa, mate. This is the last place you need to be. Clear off, yeah?
Why can't I be here?
2 words. Guild business. Only an idiot gets between them and their shipments.
I'm the guild's hired muscle. I'm here to pick up that shipment.
Why didn't you lead with that? I trust you're gonna balance the books too, yeah?
Depends. Get everything we ordered.
Oh yeah. Weapons, drugs, bit of fire wine. You know, the usuals.
I think I'll just loot your corpses instead.
Cocky shit. I'm gonna enjoy this.
I somehow don't think you will. What? That didn't hit very many people. Oh, maybe you weren't in battle? I guess it didn't officially count you in battle at the time. Yeah, well, that was 2 proper arrows of the many. The first one just was a dud, apparently. Even though he definitely fired 3 of them. Let's take a look at what they are guarding. First container. Arrows, holy potion, vial of acid, some drugs, and the greatest dishonor of all. We're not going to touch any of it. We're not going to bother. They just died for no reason. Well, actually, we will take this gold. That's also disgraceful to them to mug them. But yeah, we'll just leave the items because it bears no meaning to us whatsoever.
They've forgotten about us.
Better not. They haven't even paid us for shit.
Pick everyone up here. Now, I'm not sure where this key leads to. Maybe somewhere later I'll get something that unlocks, but I don't see anything that is a lockable container down here. There is a lockable container right here, but the key for that is right there, underneath a plank. With that taken care of, let's go ahead and send Tran over here and...
I'd kill for a pint of mermaid's breath. These city brews ain't
Sacred
got
Shark
much bite
Recipes
to
is
'em.
just a regular book. There's also one inside the temple.
What's that?
Now, it does say pilfer. Like, if I touch that, it looks like it's illegal. I haven't yet had these guys call the cops on me, but we could try and see if they do this time while I'm recording. Because when you're recording is when everything always goes wrong.
Is that the endless miracle?
Okay, so I did pick up that. Go and stealth. Oh, let's see. So inside is this stuff. I'm not going to necessarily pick it up because I have seen the cops caught before when I tried grabbing these things. And Astarion can easily loot it, by the way. You just need a stealth in the correct shadow. But we already saw what's inside, and I don't need any of it.
Can't slow down.
These guys are trying to confiscate all the wine. If you kill them, like with other things, nothing really happens. The NPCs here will still say the same thing as if nothing had changed. This leads back to the upper streets.
Can you swim, Astarion?
I'm not sure, honestly. It's been a couple of 100 years.
Oh, you're missing out. Loved it as a kid. Oh, this water looks nasty as hell, though.
Blood? No, oil. Leading right inside.
Alright, there are people here, but the refugees and citizens don't always count as individuals. Even if I hold down shift, there's no vision codes. When you're holding down shift, there normally are vision codes for whatever people are around, but not necessary for everyone. Oh, and you can also break these things down and unlock the metal trunk to find some useless artifacts. Well, not artifacts, sorry, junk. It might be like some fish or something. I haven't seen anything worthwhile in it. Actually, let's go ahead and get everybody to back up just a tad.
Tread carefully.
So I would like to get a nice advantageous position against these guys. I wrote a critical fail as a hiding check. Well, let's get up there before they actually start fighting then. Come on, I'm clicking. These arrows are so great. I have another stack of them inside these people trying to run away from the battle. They're trying to get to the nearest exit waypoint, which turned out to be just right there, I suppose, because that's where they despawned. We'll find a key. Now, I do like this book, A Guide to Taming Warg. Unfortunately, it's not a very long book. I would definitely like to see more of it.
Chapter 10, the summary. Wargs are smart. Probably smarter than you. Never forget it. They'll hunt in packs, but only if they like each other. Best mix of some quiet types and other aggros. Keep each other calm, like. Never let them taste meat. You don't want them to go for all the time. People, never ever. Don't play favorites. They're very sensitive.
And unfortunately, there's no next page. Wargs speak. They have a face and everything. They're not dogs, however, even though they walk on all fours. They totally understand the English language, or common, I think, as the game calls it. There's really nothing back here that I found. And the corpse just has a goblin scimitar. It might have a key on it, but whatever. There's another crate here. Again, nothing really of value. The loot inside might be random. I think I got some healing potions out of it. Fortunately, that whole section, I think, is just to allow you to help circumvent these goblins, or wargs, or whatever. I don't know. The whole reason we're in this room, however, again, the dead goblin has no real loot, or anything, is to find the basement to the shipping area. This container is locked, and some of these metal trunks do have loot inside. So I would go ahead and check those containers out. In this case, we just have underwater facility plans. Page after page within this book is covered with diagrams and schematics of a pressurized underwater research facility to be built into Grey Harbor atop the sunken stone structure of Seravox, Iron Throne headquarters.
Pipes and pumps. That must be how they keep this basement dry, though it's clearly below harbor level.
These are empty cages. The only loot is upstairs in this room. We'll go and look at that real quick, but it's not very important loot. Still, I'm just trying to show you everything, like a tour guide. Over here, I believe leads to the sewers. I haven't actually explored that at the time of this recording, but when we start venturing in that direction, if time permits, of course, I will rehearse my stuff, just like I'm doing now. Yeah, there's quality things up here. It's just we won't necessarily need it right now. Or we just don't necessarily always need to pick up everything while the tape is rolling. There's more stuff, by the way, but it's all basically like that. Arrows, potions. By this point, we are really swimming in Infernal Iron. The Steel Watch dropped Infernal Iron as well. You got to this point without speedrunning and you haven't gotten 3 Infernal Iron, or however much you need, you may want to rethink how you're looting in this game. In this cupboard, we'll find the schematics for a subsurface vessel. Unfortunately, we don't get to build our own, at least not that I know of. It's not an orange lit icon, but we'll go ahead and take the book because it's interesting, and I'd like to fancy the hope that one day I might be able to build my own submarine in the game. The schematic drawing of a metallic passenger submersible spans the many folding pages within this book. The bottom right of each page is watermarked with a representation of the Gondian House of Wonders. Find Redhammer's journal. Blast and curse that Gortash for making this job so juicy I couldn't turn it down. How could I refuse the opportunity to build a cap from those Gondian plans? Making Redhammer's signature improvements as I went along, of course. This is far worse than just a smuggling job. I suspect there's torture going on in the throne, and I don't trust these Bay Knights as far as I can kick them. This is all going to end badly. I think I'd better complete that clockwork escape. Kayak pronto like. What's up, dude? He'll talk to us.
Oi! What's this? You ain't supposed to be down here, mate.
You spot a curious metal contraption in the water. A submersible.
That submersible. Why is it here? What is this place?
The only port in this whole bleeding city that matters. Now, why are you here? Did Gortash send you?
Killed one of those servants of Umberlee. Now they want you dead.
Oh, yeah? And are you here to make good on that?
I just want to know what happens in this port.
Nothing without Lord Gortash's go-ahead. I transport whoever he needs taken to the Iron Throne. It's an underwater prison, most secure in the realms. Lord Gortash keeps some Gondians there. Collateral to keep those working in the Steelwatch Foundry under control.
Alder Ravengard is here. He must be.
If he is, that's Lord Gortash's business. I don't ask questions.
You're going to take me to the Iron Throne. I'm getting the prisoners out.
I'll take you in. But look, there's some bad shit going down in there. You don't want to get involved. Neither did I, but it was them or me. I'll get Cat warmed up. Get in when you're ready.
Now, there's people who, I guess, are mad at him because they're trying to decide whether or not to turn him over to the servants of Umberlee. I mean, yes, he is a pilot for taking people to prison. But number one, he is working for the government. And number two, he can't get out. Do you really think Gortash would let him live if he tried to leave? I will do something kind of dorky here. We're going to go and take the submersible twice. There's no real reason for that, just showing you more dialogue.
Aren't you the intrepid little adventurer, digging and diving where you don't belong? And I thought we were friends.
Gortash, what the hells is this place?
The Iron Throne, a ruin from the city's dark past that could become a template for a brighter future. It is a most useful tool for motivating my Gondian workforce, key to the construction of the steel watch that keep the city safe. But like all tools, the moment it ceases to be useful, I will break it. Thanks to your trespassing, that moment may have come. Return to the city, find Orin, and claim her Netherstone as you agreed to do. And then I will forget this transgression.
Your conscience pricks. You did agree to an alliance after all. But then again, what honor need there be with someone like Gortash? How many people are trapped within? How many lives will be lost?
Turn the submersible around and retreat.
Wise. I'll see you soon.
Then we return to Flynn's cargo basement. But yes, I'm actually spending quite a bit of time in these loading screens for this, so I don't recommend you do it yourself.
I warned you to stay away once. I don't do second warnings.
Okay, there is a ton to unpack right now. It's going to be about 15 minutes of exposition before we really get into it. So if you want to skip ahead, please do so with the chapters I've marked below. I always try to do those in those videos. But there's so much to talk about because this is a difficult section to get through. This is my 5th take. We have changed our party to represent what a normal playthrough would look like. So we've got a 4-man team. We brought Karlak since she does get the Inspiration Outlander down to the depths below. And she's a friend of Will. Since we suspect Ravengard's down here, why not bring her along? Of course, we're then bringing Will along with us. And Jaheira is just a random 4th that we brought along because she's a monk and she has lots of movement speed. Let's go ahead and begin by giving Will the Super Bardic Inspiration. This is the one we got from the Bard Alfira back in the Moonrise Towers. You might have noticed the eagle-eyed among you that we had the haste spore grenade since we entered Baldur's Gate, Lower City. We'll be using that here. And we'll go ahead and do the inspiration for Karlak. Come on, I clicked her. Probably had to wait for his animation to finish before it would actually register. Do not like that part of the engine at all. Jaheira. Alright, next up, I believe it's Karlak. We're going to do things with her. We'll drop a single gold coin because I suspect that this submersible is the exact same submersible we appear in the warehouse with. That may seem like a no-duh statement to you because, yes, this is the same submersible. But I'm looking at it from a game design standpoint. If I search these backpacks, they still remain searched in the next area, and maybe it's just a flag, or maybe they moved the backpacks themselves. But I had suspected that they just copy and paste the submersible from one cell, which is the Iron Throne, and to the other, or vice versa, to the warehouse. I'm going to go ahead and open up these backpacks real quick, and then we'll grab the reminder to self as well. That was the metal trunk. Let's actually search the backpack. So that, as you see it is empty, it'll say empty. If the gold coin is still there when we return back to the warehouse, that means that this is actually, they have either cloned everything or whatever. I'm just curious. Just want to find out. That is all Karlak needs to do. Will has quite a bit more to do on his plate because he's always been carrying my book. Let's talk about some mods that I have. First off, I have changed my 70% auto hide mod to just a 70% mod. The map itself is smaller than it would be by 30%. It is not auto hide because attached to the map widget is a timer. If it's auto hiding, you will not get to see the timer, and I think it's important for this next mission. So I hopped out of the game, changed the mods, and then redid the last segment here. This inventory, I did mod to have containers be 7 wide. That doesn't actually give me more inventory space to work with because you could carry infinitely. You could carry everything in the game and put it on a single character, even though you'd be massively overburdened. I've never liked it when games did both weight and inventory space shenanigans, because say Power World, which I'm currently playing, 9,999 stone takes up 1 space. So that means it takes up as much space in your inventory as 1 piece of paper. Let's say a blueprint or schematic. Literally, I could carry everything to fill up my character and then drop the stone and then pick up 1 schematic. Okay, game. Thankfully, Baldur's Gate does not fall into that trap, and you can have infinite space. It extends further. There becomes a little bar here to allow you to scroll more up and down if it doesn't fit. That's it. However, I did want something 7 wide because there are 6th level spells, and these are cantrips: 1st level, 2nd level, 3rd level, 4th level, 5th level, 6th level. And then they're alphabetized. So below this guy's self and above False Life, we get Expeditious Retreat. Let's go ahead and put that in our scroll bar. I wanted to pan down because I wanted to get the auto hide to stop auto hiding. And since this is a concentration spell, if we do use spells, we want to prioritize things that don't require concentration. So we might throw it away to cast Hold Person if it turns out to be worthwhile. Where's Lightning Bolt? Right there. And we're going to want Fireball. Alright, so these are non-concentration area effect spells. Well, this is not really area effect. Okay. We'll go ahead and have him cast Inspiration on Tran, since Tran cannot inspire himself. And I think that's it. Jaheira doesn't actually have anything she needs to take care of. Yeah, she's good. Okay, before we enter proper, we're going to go ahead and enter turn-based mode. And then immediately make everybody dash. Tran's going to cast X. Oh. Hold on, let's end that. I didn't actually cast this. Well, I guess, yeah, we should go ahead and cast it now. When I'm casting it from a scroll, that will consume an action, but when I cast it as a spell, that'll be a bonus action. You can see here from Tran's bonus action right there. While that does, it is a temporary dash and does a continuous spell that we can trigger anytime. Let's go ahead and enter turn-based mode and start dashing now. I'm not throwing the haste spores yet, because for whatever reason, when I throw it and then enter the hatch, my haste spores bonus just disappears.
Want to dance?
Now, not every dash gives you speed. I don't know why. I can tell you for sure that on take 1, I had 0 movement. I used my action surge, and then I intended to do my dash. Well, when I dashed, I got 0 movement. I was still at 0. I couldn't move just a little bit further to pull the lever I was looking to do. So, not as cool. That run eventually failed anyways. I know that when we were in the Underdark, and I gave Boots of Speed to Asterion, sometimes I would do all of his dashes, and he would still not have as much movement as he should. Jaheira has all these extra dashes because she's a monk. Karlach has extra dashes because she's a rogue. If you're playing along and you are bringing characters that don't have bonus action dashes, just give them Scrolls of Expeditious Retreat. One of the reasons why I only had 10 of those, now I have 9, is because when I am playing along, while I did not reset our merchant just to get stuff, I would always buy stuff from merchant whenever he did reset, so reverse that cause and effect. In so doing, because there were only so few times I could buy from a merchant when I was low level, I only got 10 of these scrolls. On the other side, I got 20 or more Chain Lightning scrolls. All the extra ones have gone to other characters, because each scroll stack is a max of 20. Oh yeah, I've got tons of max or high level scrolls, but very few of those low level scrolls. Okay, I think we are ready to enter the metal hatch. So then battle begins proper, and we get our bonus actions back. I'm still not done yapping, by the way. We're going to go ahead and throw this haste or grenade. And we don't want to throw it, I mean, we could throw it behind and try to get Karlach, but that's fine. We'll just throw it in front and have everybody run into. There's a book here, we'll collect on the way out. There's a Scrying Eyes here, we'll read a different terminal that gives us the exact same thing. And as long as you're in this room, when the timer goes out, you will be safe. But if you're below it, you will not be. You can never climb a ladder when someone's in front of it, but you can always climb down and stack on top of people. Or climb up and stack on top of people. Basically, if the destination is clogged, you can still stand there. Let's go ahead and make everybody move on through. To save movement speed, you could actually jump down, but I stand a possibility of getting prone. I don't want to have to keep repeating that segment of stuff I just talked about. I mean, I've already done it 4 times. Make everyone move on down. We'll make sure that she gets hasted before we climb on down. And then we'll flip over to Will and start talking more. This is north orientation right now. Open up our map. Each one of these diamonds represents a hostage we want to free. There's no hostages in the north, so if you wanted to go north, or if you were playing along, you don't need to send anybody north. We are going to go north because there is some items there, I don't know if they have any value. They just look interesting. One is a counting house key 6, this room right here. One says Sahuagin the necklace, and it has an action available to it, though when I right click it, I see no action. Maybe that's something worthwhile. I'll put that in my quest bag and we'll hold on to it. To the west, here's a Scrying Eyes terminal. We'll go and flip that as well. And then we'll also, of course, free these numerous prisoners. Each of these hallways might be closed. So this is a closed door, this is a closed door. And I guess that's it. Yeah, I guess this room just has closed doors here, but this is open as well as this. The reason I mention that is these doors, you can actually go through them, but they are closed and locked. You can bust them open. They're weak to bludgeoning, but they have 40 odd hit points. Easily, there's a lever on inside the hallway, so we're going to send someone north and flip this lever. We're not going to send anyone west. If you were playing along, I would go west, south, and east, and that's it. But we're going to go north, east, and south. Alright, to the south is Infinite Spawn's enemy. So we're going to send Tran, because even if we send someone awesome down there, that would be to what? To wait for the enemy to spawn and kill them? Nah, we're just going to ignore it. There's no real benefit for us for this. So let's send Tran south, because he's, even though he's level 12 character, he has level 1 in all these classes. So his fighting power is not as good as other people's. Here's a bugged Gandhian hostage. She's bugged in that when we look at the Scrying Eyes, it's going to show another person on a surgery table. It's not a second person. You don't have to panic. It's like, oh, I missed somebody. No, it's the same person. It just does not update her. Over here, we have another prisoner who's bugged in the Scrying Eyes. It's going to show him fully armored, and then himself there, or his real character if he is there, I mean. If this character has started fleeing in the hallway, you won't see him. You would just see the armored version. Again, it's just a bugged character. And we're going to send Will and Karlach in that direction. Alright, I think that's everything. Oh, I know it's not. In this room, while we have one Gandhian hostage, she will easily get to the ladder. You don't have to do too much to help her, but there is a bad guy here, and he can hound you. We will go and deal with him eventually. These two can enter the ladder at any point, so you don't have to go out of your way to free them immediately when you descend, maybe on their way back. Because you want to give these other characters who are much further away time to get to the ladder. With 5 turns, you might take 1 to 2 turns to get to them, and then they'd have 3 turns to get here. That's pushing it. It's one of the reasons why I spent so much time prepping for this. But this room right here, let me make sure it's that room. I get them confused on. Yeah, this room right here is actually a room with some treasure in it. You'll note that she drinks a potion of speed when you free her. That's kind of your clue. It's good for her as a plan. She definitely does not need it because she can reach the ladder very easily. If you were playing along and you're evil, you might want to kill her to get the potion of speed. Speaking of being evil, over here, if we weren't making evil choices, or choices I knew the consequences of, we'd have an extra person to rescue here, but he's not going to be around. We'll deal with that at a later time. There is going to be a potion of... Right here, yeah, I think... No, right here, there's a Mind Flayer Parasite. Yeah, I had trouble seeing the table in the back. So we do want to still reach that room. We're going to cover the entire Iron Throne. First up, Will. We're going to wait for this guy to pan back over here so that they are close together.
Making my move.
Click now. Oh, that's really good.
You're still alive. Hold on, I'm coming for you.
That voice. I know. That voice.
Will just to the side. Now I'm going to send Karlach to go support him. Every run has ended here. And the thing is, it would have to be after the first or second turn, so it takes a while to get to the fail state. I plan on freeing every prisoner. Yeah, do I want to rage? That would cost me an action. I don't think I want to rage. I'm just going to just regular throw him into him. Oh, I have tried throwing the Sahuagin into the lever. It does not trigger the lever. That's sad.
My little trick.
Try to off him. Alright. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to finish killing him. Then we're going to have her... Yeah, we're going to have her use her bonus action to shoot each of these levers.
It's her. The devil who took my son.
camera fought with me, wanted to pull back. You'll note that he's actually wounded. That's important to notice, so let's go and discuss him. If we look at his condition, affected entity must obey the commands of the fiend directly controlling it. Not the absolute. There's something going on here. Depending on the choices you made, maybe this is not a thing that has happened. But for us, yeah, it does make things a little bit harder. We could action surge. We're just going to hold off on that for now. We could action surge and kill this guy. Nah, well, it's fine. Let's go and send Karlek all the way back over here. And we're going to have her camp this guy. She's on that. Let's see here. Will still has his actions and his bonus action. Let me think. The game is slightly bugged in that it has problems with me choosing to throw my healing potions when I use a slashing flourish. So we're going to throw a healing potion first. Actually, no. If I do that, it might not let me do my bonus action because it needs to be a weapon attack. I think sometimes to trigger your packed weapon bonus of giving you 3 attacks. All right, that's fine. We'll try it. We'll do slashing flourish this guy twice. He's dead. Can we throw the healing potion? No, we still cannot. I can throw other potions. I don't know why I'd want to throw a potion of accuracy or my potion of invisibility. Well, I guess I would understand why I'd want to throw a potion of invisibility. That's fine. Yeah. What we can do to kind of work around that, you can split my superior haste. So you can see the little finger clicking there. I'm at 100% clicking that. But instead I can throw this other potion of healing. If you have Tavern Brawler, don't throw the potion directly at a person. Oh, come on, dude. Fine, he'll walk into it in a second. And that should be enough to get him through. Let me think. Anything else I want to do? Could maybe haste those two, but it shouldn't. And let's see here. I was thinking about casting a spell of Stinking Cloud here, but I don't know if that would mess up the dialogue at all. I don't want to have to keep redoing this stuff. Well, I guess we'll just throw a second potion of healing, since this is still his weapon action, right? No, I think if I did something else, that would be a new action. Still, he doesn't have anywhere he wants to go. I want to stay here to support his dad. Go ahead and just throw another potion of healing then. And we have one more move. Anything we want to do? I don't think so. I feel like I'm wasting a turn by not doing something. There's nothing I really need to do at the moment. So I guess we'll collect this book, Golden Raven Guards for the Absolute Glory, and we'll go ahead and loot these bodies. There's nothing in this room. Actually, you know what? Since we have the whole opportunity to do so, let's go ahead and cast Calm Emotions. Probably doesn't actually do anything. I wonder if that would remove their bonus. I'm aware that removed my Expedition's Retreat. That's fine. Will's done everything he needs to. So he still has Glimpse of Freedom. Wow, that removed Okay. Okay, I'm wondering if that changes things. Tran, we're gonna just go and send south.
Breathe deep and move.
I forgot to Shield of Thralls him to prevent himself from bleeding. This is where the enemy will spawn, the Bubbling Emergence. Tran spent one action on throwing the haste spores. This dude, he's my favorite prisoner. He's just funny to me.
Freedom, finally. My deepest thanks to you.
To see another day.
Like even TX from the original Baldur's Gate, I liked. It's funny. We're gonna send Tran in this room. We wanted to get these people out as fast as possible because these guys will start spawning. And there's another enemy down this hallway. Let's go ahead and lock them in turn-based mode as fast as we can, further away from everybody. We still have one thing we can do. I could bonus action. When we do that, when we go in bonus action. Well, do I want to maybe throw him away? I don't think so. We'll just do bonus action and move on through this door. Okay, see, I didn't get any movement. That was a waste of my bonus action. I could have cast the an illithid spell instead. Thanks, game. I cannot move. Can I move him right now? Oh, I guess he rolled high in his initiative. Wow. I'm not actually used to that happening. Alright. In the previous takes I did, I would run him up to the edge of the blood and then make him jump, and that would cause a cutscene to occur. However, the following cutscene would result in enemies attacking that spot, which is where these guys stop their turn, and then one of them would die. Especially it was always the halfling. So I'm tired of this. I'm just gonna try to trigger that cutscene here. Will the cutscene not happen because I cast that? No, okay.
Will, my pet, I was hoping you'd bound along. A bargain's a bargain, and I've come to see it through. Oh, do wipe that frown off your face. This is what you wanted, after all. Now, stand back and enjoy the show.
Whoa! He didn't lose his turn. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I want these spiders to go ahead and just blow up on older Raven Guard anyways. Unfortunately, I can't get him to equip a spear, I don't think. Yeah, he can't interact with the spear at all. Otherwise, I'd at least have him try to put up a fight. Okay, so normally I'll show that at the end, but normally she makes him kneel. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm just a little bit surprised by that. So there's more bad guys here. Oh, I was gonna say that was not the bargain. Sure, Mizora is not his enemy. She might be his enemy now because she wants Will to be better, but that was not a thing. Oh, I ran too far in the room because I was so surprised by everything that was going on. We'll flip this switch here, and we'll activate Step of the Wind Dash. Yeah, she might be his enemy now because she wants Will to become higher in authority, but realistically, she wasn't his enemy at the time of the contract, right? If he were passing by the street, she wouldn't do anything to him. That was still not exactly the terms of the contract. Okay, so this is the north side where there's not any real reason to be up here. But because I'm recording a video, that is reason enough for me. We'll have a note. We'll read all of these notes when we get out of here. This might be the run. Take number 5. Wow, it has been so long. Flip this. As long as it's more than 3 meters, it pays off, because it costs you 3 meters of movement speed. So here's this Swahagan Singing Bundle. Even if I were to action it, or right-click it, there's nothing. I can equip it. Woo. You might find some bits of food here, or rotten food in my case. And I think that's it. Another barrel here, but I guess we'll peek in it since I am recording. Okay, more food. Hop on out. Go to this one. Come on, clicking. Here we get the counting house key. So we're going to use the full-on dash. Normally, I'd want to use the bonus action dash, because if I were to attack someone, I can do multiple things with it. However, her bonus action allows her to do this massive 88 odd damage if it's max hit. We have amputation note, and well as a copy of that on the floor. Continue jumping. Here's that door I was talking about earlier, 42 hit points. And if I were to lockpick it, well, that's not going to cost me action, is it? I think it just did. It's fine. It's going to be 25 DC. Yeah, I just wanted to show the DC. Oh, that's fine. Whatever, game. We'll wait for him to walk past just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to flip the lever. I'm gonna chase him inside. Take this guy down. On my fourth take, I had actually pulled these levers with Jaheira, but that's fine. I'm okay with this. Alright, Karlach is gonna stand there and keep him busy. I gotta manually pan the camera on this. Yeah, I don't want these spiders going after anybody else or hurting anybody else, so I just park him there. But yeah, that's a thing I could do. It's calm emotion so he can't be charmed or cancel that charm. This locked door just leads to where Tran is. This is the person that was in the main room when you arrived. The NPCs will stop in front of the ladder, keeping anybody else from going up the ladder. That is obnoxious as anything can possibly be for this. We lost concentration, but worst off, we get Blood Scent Frenzy. That's sad. On my third take, he missed both times he attacked. Glitchy Centauria is leaving. She's got her weird cheekbone thing going on. Now she's fallen through the floor. Hopefully that doesn't stop her from escaping. These guys are continuing to explode on him, but he should be okay. They can explode for like 9 damage easily. Let's see if we can see how much damage it would have been. Come on, show me. 3d6. Yeah, that could be an 18 damage. So he could have died if I didn't throw more potions down. I forgot to loot Jaheira's target. That's okay. We'll have time. She's got so much movement, she will have time. He went to go look at Centauria so he could get his blood frenzy going on. Let's see what blood frenzy actually does. This guy would tell us. Blood Scent Frenzy. Advantage on melee target against any target that doesn't have all of its hit points. So he's gonna have an advantage on me when I try to reach for that door. If I misty step, well, that would be my whole bonus action. Let's just go ahead and walk on over there and pull the lever then. Going now. Oh, we lost. Yeah, we lost our expeditions retreat. That's right. Do a rather full-on dash.
Another step forward.
I guess we'll do expedition retreat now. Because the Misty Step, that was a very short distance. I think I might get more space with the dash, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Alright. That is it for his turn. This is the room where Jaheira ran past. He's actually got to jump past this one. Where we are now, where Tran is, you can actually walk around that, but where Jaheira is, you must jump over. Since they are using stabbing weapons, them breaking through the door is very unlikely to happen. So that guy, he ran over there. We'll loot that on the way out. Let's go and activate our Step to the Wind dash again. Anything in that trunk? No. Try to kill this guy. Nope, critical miss. Let me think, do I want to spin the next one? Is that 10 damage on its own? Might be. So that would be to kill him if it's just flat 10 damage. Okay, that's what we'll do. So we'll head on over here. Take a look. Oh, we'll look at that in a second. It's fun. 2 on him. 1 here. What? No! Why did you go to flip the lever instead of magic missiling that? Come on, game. It's probably because I had the Alt command, and so I probably thought I was trying to click the lever name, which generally defaults to the action. Now I can't even target that lever. Seriously, game. Stop messing with me. Okay, I pressed Alt so I can see that lever. Okay, I'm sorry for this, but if this works, I don't want to do a 6th take. I hope you can understand. Alright, I've targeted each of those levers. Let's put the rest on this Sahwagan. Okay, these guys are now safe. Let's go and take a look at this Scrying Eyes. There's the armored Duke Graven Guard, and there's the guys that fled without him. Continue on. So you can see that she's strapped to the chair, but we already rescued her. And these are the cells I just opened next to the Scrying Eye thing. Well, let's go and head on over here and loot the bodies. She's gonna have plenty of movement, and I still haven't even drunk the haste potion. Will's up next. I don't need to do anything with him. Even if he ran over the fire and took damage, I don't think anything would happen. I guess we'll go ahead and try to heal him anyways. Yeah, I can throw this now. Looks like he's clear to run past. Let's step over here and make sure. It doesn't have the yellow line, so we're okay. I'm just really surprised that... I still am surprised that calm emotions kept him from the effect. I don't think I'm going to reach anything, but that's okay. I should try to hit those. They're all healthy. Guess he ends his turn again. Maybe you have him drink a potion. Then he could run further in and maybe do something to this guy. Let's go and drink a potion now. When he becomes lethargic, he should be okay. Probably not. Oh, darn. Alright. Good fire. Oh, no, that would close the door, though. That would not be good. You know what? We'll just throw a haste potion at Daddy then. Of course, we can't reach him anymore. Wow, nothing's going. Alright. Sweet intern. Oh, he could have moved a little more. An intern. Is that enough? Tell me that's enough to get you in there. Oh, and he also has his dashes, too. Because of the kneeling charm, that would have actually ended his whole turn. Yeah, we'll just shove him in the back. As for you, you still have an extra action, but I don't know what I can do with it. I don't think I can reach you at all with anything. The best we could do is dash. Karlach. I clicked Karlach. It even panned to her. Potions. More potions. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and head on over. We're gonna do a cunning action dash. Try to kill this guy.
Got it.
Head on through. Cunning action dash again. we'll stay on this side until Tran comes through. But I think that's it for her turn. As far as Will, that door's locked. We're basically done. We just need to get Tran out to safety, I think. I mean, technically, we just leave Tran where he is and get Will out. The battle would be won, but let's try to get everyone out. One of the reasons why I have all of my characters have about the same amount of dexterity is because I wanted them to be in the same initiative to make it easy for me to move characters, swap between characters anytime I wanted. Tran's initiative is slightly higher because I haven't reclassed him ever since he found that bow that gives him more initiative.
Just a little more to go. Come on!
I have to personally pan the camera for you. That's one of the dead spiders. I don't know why it does that. It's not the first time.
Quick, let's get out of here.
There's that one prisoner. Don't want to forget her. But we'll go and free her, but we'll have Jaheira do it because she has all the movement in the world. So yeah, these guys are spawning in. Force tunnel across that. That's weak. That'd be a bonus action. That'd be worth it. It'd be funny, but I don't think it really does anything. Try flying over. They'll, of course, get their attacks on me. And I can't close that door. That's okay, though. I still have my dash bonus action. Let's go ahead and do that then. Fly on through. It's neither of these, so we'll let Karlach flip the lever. My worry about her now as I pass through is she might actually be trapped in the door if I close the lever now. So we'll just keep moving. Just regular dash.
One day I'll catch a break.
These guys in the north are completely trapped. That's a champion. Maybe I should have killed him for his loot. I still have 3 turns. I might open the door just to kill him. No, the door is locked on that side. Unless I want to send Jaheira all the way back. I don't think he has any quality loot. I don't really think there's anything to worry about. Oh, I closed the door on that side, so I can't actually. It's completely walled off. I should have actually done this. Pick that up, make sure not to left click it. There's 3 of these, so make sure to get them all. I don't think there's anything in that barrel. I think it was a torch, if I remember right. Fortunately, there's nothing I can do about these guys. I really don't think that guy had any worthwhile loot. Glimpse of freedom, I think, gives him just a little bit of extra movement speed. Character is motivated to move quicker. Now this is one of picking things up off a table has always been a little bit awkward as your character tries to jostle around to figure out the exact spot she wants to pick up the thing from. And there's a carafe of water, which I guess technically she has nothing better to do. Let's go and pick it up just because we can. Come on. Yay. Okay. I guess we'll get Will out of here. Oh yeah, let's also look at Karlak. Get everybody out of the way. Oh, and she's taking damage because she has a helmet that deals necrotic damage if she doesn't hurt anybody. You just have to wait for these prisoners to get to the exit. Now, in earlier versions of the game, if you made all your player characters enter the submersible before all the hostages did, you would leave the remaining hostages down to die. Although that shouldn't be an issue, we will just go ahead and have Tran be the last person out. He may be neutral evil, but he is still a paladin at heart, wanting to do the most he can, not for any ideals of self-righteousness, but just because he can. That is our half-work. These guys are all going to be impotently attacking the doors. There's nothing they can do now. We just need to wait for all the hostages to make it out.
Quick, we're nearly there. Hey, kids.
Go! Run! I can make it.
And I only killed 4 Sahuagin also. We spared many of the enemies, because they'll be fine when the place floods, I would assume.
The submersible. You must return there. Now. It's the only way we'll survive this.
I'm almost sure they'll make it out. I'm kind of wondering if I should throw a haste potion. But if I go too far, Tran can't make it out. I think they'll be okay. If the AI is smart enough to at least dash, they'll be okay. Go ahead and pop her helmet off. Swap that with this circlet of unarmed attacks, deal more damage if I'm surrounded. I mean, it's not really necessary, but we might as well. Also, at any point, you just turn around and use the wheel to go home. You don't have to wait for everybody. Smart enough to use spears, not smart enough to use levers. That was the automatic camera. That group made it out. Santora made it out. She's the one with the glitched body. He didn't quite make it, but that's okay. There's still one turn left. And though that should still count. I'll try and bring up the rear. I guess I'll open up the map real quick. Climb back down the ladder, Tran. Let me just double check, make sure. Yeah, that everybody's done. So this is the last turn. Tran's not going to be able to get to move any further after this, but I don't want to climb up the submersible yet. I want to make sure this person has plenty of time to make it up themselves. They'll bring up the last of the initiative rounds. Guess we'll just stare at these guys growling at the door. Standing on boxes, apparently. Their sounds kind of remind me of the Geth from Mass Effect. I used to play a lot of multiplayer. I prestige so much in that game. Jaheira ended her turn. Will was lethargic. Duke Ravengard is also lethargic, just like father, like son. Last one. A lot of weird glitchiness with that cutscene. I will leave it as is. A lot of times I edit out those glitchiness, like when my characters are T-posing or something as it pans at them. I'll leave that one in.
Calmness greets you upon exiting the submersible. Unlike the Iron Throne, you remain intact. So, it seems, will the families of all the hostages rescued from the throne. Duke Ravengard approaches you, looking confused.
He's tadpoled, but under my protection now, just like you. His mind is his own again.
Father. Will. Gods, it pains me to look at you. By Baldur's graces, why have the hells ordained you to save me?
Your tadpole resonates with Ravengard's. The exhausted Grand Duke is a flurry of emotion.
Yes, I cast that spell on him after all. Yeah, he's a lot less grateful if you bring Will with you. He acts like a normal human being if you rescue him without Will.
You can work out your issues later. Go to our camp. The Absolute can't reach you there.
By every last hell, son, my head.
Ravengard's head still aches so powerfully the pain seeps into you. The Absolute may be silenced, but the Duke's parasite still remains.
Please, I know you have questions, but for now, I need you safe. We'll talk soon enough.
Ravengard answers with silence. He and Will have much to discuss.
Against all odds.
We made it! We actually made it!
Rescue all the captured Gandhian family members. Right, let's take a look at our notes. Karlach did not pick up any. Will picked up the older Ravengard for the Absolute's glory. This journal was penned by the Grand Duke Ravengard after his illithid infection. Early entries thrill in the wonder of the Absolute's voice, praising the truth of her message and the resplendent future for which Baldur's Gate is destined. Wish. Yeah, so you're kind of being a hypocrite there, Daddy Ravengard. The most recent entries recorded after Ravengard is brought to the Iron Throne reflect a different mind, one fighting for release from the Absolute's grip. Absolute, my goddess, how you fill me with the joy and peace of believing. How I abound in your... No, damned voice, shake it off, shake it off. Now I'm thinking of that one popular song. I was bound by lies, but in you did I see... Oh, stop it! The error of my... Yeah. That's Daddy's book. You found the book inside the lobby. Orders from Lord Gortash. Retooling the foundry. Hostages will have reached the end of their uselessness, so prepare to dispose of them as well. This is why Red Hammer had absolutely no choice. But if you disagree, feel free to let me know your thoughts about if Red Hammer deserves death for this. I mean, he wanted to be part of the submersible action, and only then, when he realized that there's prisoners involved, it was absolutely nothing he could do. That's why he has a book saying that he's got to figure out a way to escape. There's no way Gortash is gonna let him go if he leaves. If you blame him, you might as well blame all the Fist. Which, you know, our characters are killing if the Fist get in our way at all. Manipulations and motivations, illusion. What extent... Actually, no, hold on. We'll read this in a second. Hold on. Reminder to self, that's the one with red hammer. Reminder to self, the steam methods and the starboard pressure tanks have red again, and now there are too many of the blast tanks cooking in there. I need to blow the valve to release 3 or 4 of the vapy bastards, but I can't loosen the exhaust bolt without number 4 spanner. And mine went over the side when we hit that mermaid. Better see about getting up another number 4 from the up in the Wonders bloody soon, because if that tank blows while we're submerged, it'll be bye-bye red hammer. So I wanted to hold on to that. Wait, am I missing notes? What? I hit the next... Okay, well, somehow I must have missed Jahara. Send these to Tran real quick. Yeah, and there's no action I can still do with it, even though I'm out of the area. And here's another item. Okay, that's the one we read. So we did read Jahara, we just missed the rest that she had. That's a reminder to self. We read that one. We have amputation, illusion, and missive to Prinsky. We'll read the Prinsky one next. The Prinsky was the dead guard in the area. He looked like a flaming fist soldier. I think this means recorded. Yours of the 11th and the subject matter Inferno power source for the motivator. Your excuses do not justify delays to the project, as you will find in your next quarterly review. But to the business at hand, employ the diabolical praxis in your sourcebook to summon Devil Caractacus, and join him to provide you with formula agnostices for incorporation to the motivator power supply, and be sure to provide him with the usual payment. That should do the trick. Now we'll read amputation first. How many amputations can an individual survive? For this experiment, we tested a Drider, a human, a gnome, and a displacer beast. As expected, the Drider lasted the longest. At point of death, it was a mere torso. The displacer beast fared second best, aesthetical seeming to be relatively easy to lose. The human and gnome were in agony after the removal of one limb apiece, and bled out not long after the removal of the second, with the gnome barely beating the human. Hold on, am I missing a note? I think I must have missed a note. Because it's going to explain the process. It's Grand Duke's note. We read that one. Okay, so I will real quick show you that document, and then we'll come back to this. The book we are missing is called Manipulations and Motivations, Sacrifice. How far might one individual go to save another? Where is the threshold of sacrifice? We separated 12 offspring of varying species from their parents and established them in adjacent cells. The offspring were subjected to steadily increasing levels of physical and psychological torment. The parents were told that by pulling a lever, the torment would cease, but would result in their own deaths. All 12 pulled the lever, with test case 5 lasting the longest. He died around midday. Alright, motivations and illusions finally. To what extent does one need to see reality in order to believe it to be reality? Taking the offspring remaining from this sacrifice experiment, we used illusions to create the impression that their parents had never died. 8 of the 12 offspring believed their new reality, and were able to accept that their parents were still alive. The remaining 4 went mad. And these people have all they just sort of praise you. But the only one we really like listening to is...
I'll save you! Please, I want
My
to...
lord, your act of valor will go down in Gondian history!
You don't need to... I'm standing right here. You do not need to shout. I understand you're excited, though.
I can't thank you enough. I was certain that place was to be my cold, wet tomb. You saved us! Saved us all! I thought it impossible, but you did it! We were kept hostage to control our families and the Steel Watch Foundry, to keep them building Gortash's death machines. Please. They need to know what happened here. They have no reason to obey Gortash anymore. If they rebel, it'll put a dent in Gortash's steel might.
Mess with Gortash? I'm in. I'll help the foundry workers rebel.
Gond smiles on me this day. Thank you.
And the gold's there. Okay. That's kind of interesting. And this is just a regular ocean floor. You don't see the Iron Throne anywhere. I'm not quite sure how they pull those off. I don't know if the map was always the same. Metal hatch is not clickable. Okay. Let's head on up for our glorious reward, right?
You were to administer Umberlee's justice. Instead,
You conspire with the abomination. He who sickened the harbor with blood so black the sea itself chokes.
Gods, they're nuts. You have to help me.
Step out of the way. Protect him, and Umberly will swallow you whole.
These people will not show up if you have not accepted the quest. Umberly and her followers are all actually evil, just like our character. Don't just automatically side with them just because they're chicks. However, I do want you to know that if you give her Red Hammer, you can get an exclusive item, and it's not even on her body if you were to kill her for it.
You don't understand. He wasn't responsible for the destruction in the harbor.
Your lies won't save you. Give us the abomination or be counted as his ally.
Fine, he's all yours.
What? Mate, you've got to be kidding.
Come quietly. The Sea Queen will judge you.
I surrender, all right. You wouldn't hurt a harmless man, right? And you, thanks for nothing, prick.
We surrendered Red Hammer to the Wave Service. After all, justice needs to be served. We'll take a look at that in a second.
It's over. It's finally over. We're safe.
Let's catch up to everybody. And immediately begin combat. Let's be a surprise attack.
May you wake up with your lungs full of water!
Yes, it is a surprise attack, and he is immediately allied. I don't know if the game properly accounts for this. It may say that I gave him up later, but we're going to fight to free him. We got paid in the Wave Mother's robe. This is the unique item. You have resistance to fire and cold damage. If the wearer is standing in the water surface at the start of their turn, they heal 1 to 4 hit points. I think in the most recent patch of the game, which I'm not currently running, the most recent patch of the game, it only gives you those hit points if you are in combat. If you're just standing in water, not in combat, it won't do anything. People would give this to a character at base camp and cast Death Ward, and have that character continually take damage on your behalf while he's standing in water. Anyways, let's do this. I don't think there's really anything else Tran can do. I could drink a haste potion. Stage fright, I suppose. Only one of them. Actually, let's not throw that one. Because they're far enough away. Let's throw that one, which does area damage. Why do you need a move throw? You threw fight. Oh wait, you're thinking you wanted me to throw the plywood? Oh, you want to throw the iron? No, I don't want to throw the iron. Where you are is fine. These chicks are wearing scale dresses which prevent them from taking lightning damage, or at least halved. It's not an item you can pick up though. And we have these two over here. 65% chance, that's not that great, but we'll give it a shot. So if you saw my Minds of Titan video, that is exactly this right here. Yeah, I'm not gonna give up Red Hammer. These people shouldn't be swimming in the Grey Harbor anyways. These guys are gonna... Dude, Gravenguard's gonna join me in battle? That's actually new to me. How much is this? You're not gonna tell me. We'll put 2 in her just to make sure. From the balcony, like a true hero. I don't know if you can catch up to everybody, can you? You can jump quite a bit. Let's do that. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and row. Making her prone. She doesn't look prone, but she is prone. Now it's caught up. Find my bound version of this. Chuck that into you.
Gods! What a bloody day! I need a drink, a nap, and a holiday. Thanks to you, I'll live long enough to do all 3. Here. Least I can do. Now, get all these folks out of here before you get me into even more trouble.
He's even willing to side... I mean, not that he does anything, but he's literally going up against Gortash, knowingly. We got some gold for our troubles. The Wave Mother robe was for turning in Red Hammer, which you wouldn't get just from killing her. And the Wave Mother sickle is on her body, which you could try to disarm her, command drop her, or kill her for it. This weapon has advantage against wet creatures. Check the rest of the corpses, though I don't... They all have stuff like this. Their stats are not actually related to it. For example, if you take a look at her, she has Riposte and Savage Attack for melee weapon strikes, but she uses a heavy crossbow. Their stats are not really geared for being a level 10 warrior. And that's it. We are done with this episode. Wow, that is a long time recording for this. I'd spent so long doing that submersible section. I will go ahead and include footage of what happens if you don't cancel the charm spell. Thank you very much for watching. Tran wins Baldur's Gate 3. I'll see you next time.
A bargain's a bargain, and I've come to see it through. Mia Furia. Kneel for me. Oh, do wipe that frown off your face. This is what you wanted after all. Now, stand back and enjoy the show.